Spanish Wells and headed around Meeks Patch and southwest towards Current Island. The current there can be rather robust, so we wanted to time it as we approached slack tide, and more importantly, it was behind us. Okay, we're hanging out, trying to go through Current Cut. We're just waiting for the tide to come up just a little bit, get closer to high tide so that the current is less as we go through the cut. And we also have a sailboat coming out of Current Cut, so we want to see what they experienced going through. But it should be behind us when we go through, and it should be an easy ride. The first night there we had supper and enjoyed a bright moon and some storm clouds. And a couple of pieces of snapper that Mike gave us that he caught the other day. Beautiful thunderstorm. Distance. And it's a crappy lee shore, but what you do? Because we could move, but there's no protection anywhere. This is the closest thing to it. Next day we decided to try our hand at spearfishing since the weather dawned clear. It was fun just to be out in the water with my son and Mike. We chased fish for hours, but at the end of the day, I took 4 shots and I missed all of them. Although we didn't come away with any fish, it was just a fun day on the water. Later that night, storm clouds came rolling in. Pretty sure it was a front passing through. Looks like there's a front pushing through, and hopefully we have enough protection. Almost all the weather that the front brought passed us by, and the next day dawned clear as well. Not sure you can make it out, but my anchor is not too far up there, and the chain is right here. Very clear water. Beautiful. Here we are, day 2, Current Island. I think we're headed to Hatchet Bay today. Just a beautiful day. We had 3 boats last night. The Swiss boat is already up and moving. And shit, it's not up and moving. Did it drag last night? It's not in the same spot it was. Must have dragged. That's too bad. Now we're going to drop the dinghy down, take the dog ashore, let it do its business, and then we're getting out of here. What you doing, Tibbs? Alright, go do your business, Tatey. Alright, so we're here on the beach. Crystal clear, beautiful water. as well as tons of awesome plastic trash to get the dog to run around and do what it is that dogs need to do after eating. But it's just another gorgeous day. It's gonna be light winds. We're gonna sail down to Hatchet Bay. I don't know what that was about. Got us a live conch. Well, even though he's a live conch and is probably delicious, we're gonna put him back. This is a low protective cove. Not much of one, but you can land your dinghy here and you can find some conch shells and even some live conch everywhere once in a while. You can see that somebody already had this conch for dinner cut out, but we did find one live one, which we'll show you on another video. But it's just a beautiful little, really clear water, white sand bay that's, you know, fun for snorkeling. And right beyond our boats out there, there's a couple of just really big rocks that have good healthy coral on them, or we'll say it's coral on the comeback, and a lot of fish hanging out there. It was really enjoyable to go snorkel there. Another thing that they have a ton of here are these snails. So if you like eating sea snails and know how to prepare them, there are a ton in these rocks that you can get a hold of, and have a dinner. I'm guessing garlic and white wine with some butter is the way to prepare them. After our short beach trip to Current Island, we shoved off and headed for Hatchet Bay. We sailed much of the way. It was a fantastic trip. We caught 2 barracuda during the passage. Of course, we threw them back, but still, catching fish is better than not catching fish at all. As we were doing this, we noticed that the clouds ahead were darkening. Voyager had slipped ahead several miles, and you could see the stark contrast of their white sails against the sky. Waterspout. just saw a waterspout. You can see the remnant of that waterspout way off in the distance. And, you know, most sailing channels never show you this stuff, and we probably won't either. But let's see how it turns out. It was a rough ride, but eventually things had settled down. Good thing we got the enclosure, because it sure made this a little more comfortable. Wood's on the floor. Wyatt, how's that sandwich?
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Give us a rating on 1 to 10. How's that sandwich? I give it a 10. You know why? Someone else made it for me. It's an automatic 10.
Well, actually it's an 8.8.
Okay, yeah, you know. Mom made it for me. I give it a 10. You know what would have made it bigger than a 10?
What?
Nothing. Hatchet Bay is an extremely narrow entrance. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit nerve-wracking coming in when the walls are this close. But the bay opens up pretty wide, and it gives you full protection from every direction. Many boats had already found their way here, and we took up residence behind them in the main anchorage. We were glad finally to be on Eleuthera and ready to explore Hatchet Bay and beyond. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, and tune in next time when we explore Hatchet Bay and beyond.